Hi, I'm Rose Cushing, host of Carolina Hoofbeats TV. We're here in Aberdeen, North Carolina today at the home of Mary Cody, where Mary is going to teach us all about driving your pony. So with us now is Tommy, Mary's beautiful pony. So tell us a little about Tommy.
Tommy is a classic Shetland. Shetlands came in like 3 categories. You had the foundation Shetland, which was the little fat, round-bellied, short-legged Thelwell ponies. They were bred to be a little more refined to make a classic Shetland. And after that, they bred them to Hackney ponies and turned them into American show ponies. So Tommy is a classic Shetland. I found him in Texas. I saw a picture of him online, and I said, "Oh my gosh, honey, I found my pony." What did he say? "I didn't know you lost one."
Typical man answer. Excuse me, viewers.
Tommy had just been gelded. He was a 10-year-old breeding stallion on a Shetland pony farm in Navasota, Texas, called Ragin' Cajun Acres. They had just gelded him because of their horrible drought they had. They weren't breeding any more babies. So I had Tommy shipped here from Texas, and all he knew when I got him was how to stand and look pretty and how to make babies. So he didn't know anything, but he had impeccable manners for a Shetland pony. When you get a Shetland pony, make sure they're handled by adults. Little kids tend to let them get away with murder. That's where you get the, stigma of nasty little bratty Shetland ponies.
Right.
But of course, I have spoiled this one a bit. But yeah, I brought Tommy here, and I started on his driving training. Now, being a horse person for 50 years, I rode horses. We had lots of horses, big horses. But as you get older, your joints start hurting, your muscles start hurting. You kind of want to downsize a little bit. So we sold all the big horses, and I kept my Tommy.
So Tommy is the perfect size to drive an adult in a cart, I would guess, because
Oh,
he looks
yes.
very strong.
Tommy is 42.5 inches. He is very capable of pulling 2 adults in a cart. He'll go all day long. He's got a heart of gold and will try and please you all day long. You can also get a miniature, which will do the same thing. What's nice about a pony is you're not reaching up and putting a 50-pound harness on a horse. He's perfect height. You don't have to get on your knees to buckle the girth. Perfect height. So I'd like to go ahead and put him in the cross ties.
Okay.
And put a harness on.
All right.
Are you thinking about a career with horses?
I love this. We love this. I love this. I love this. I love this.
We know. You'll love it too.
Primarily is trail drive. I love to he and I go out in the woods, enjoy the birds and the trees and the flowers, and just go for hours and hours and hours. It took me 3 years to find this house because I've got 1,000 acres behind me to drive, about 3,000 acres on the other side to drive, and I am in heaven.
Now tell me a little bit about the kind of terrain that you need to look for to find a drive on.
Well, not mountains.
Yeah.
Although my hyper bike can handle rocky terrain. I mean, just about anything, anywhere I go, it goes. Nice rolling hills is nice. I don't want to put too much pressure on, pulling on steep hills, but he can do it. He's tough.
Do you have to have a road?
No, oh no.
Okay, so explain that part.
Trails in the woods, anywhere like the Walter Moss Foundation, there are thousands of acres of nice sandy trails to drive on. The carriage that I use has pneumatic tires, which kind of float on top of the sand and don't dig in like the Meadowbrook type cart. So he's just happy to go. As soon as we get in the woods, his head goes up, his ears go up, and we're booking it through the woods.
Very nice.
So we're going to go ahead and choose a harness. When you have a pony and your grandkids are grown, your kids are gone, your grandkids are grown, you may have sold all your horses, but you've got your grandkids' ponies sitting out there in the pasture getting fat. Get them up and teach them to drive, or take them to have someone teach you and he to drive. It is so much fun, so much fun. I have more fun right now than I ever had riding.
And I know you have all kinds of really pretty costumes and decorations. Tell us about that.
Well, when you don't have grandkids to dress up, Tommy and I have fun on Halloween. We'll dress up in Halloween costumes, both of us. Easter time, Christmas is a hoot because we get all kind of pretty flowers in our mane and have a lot of fun. Even just everyday driving. Like today, I think I'll wear the pink outfit. You gonna wear a pink outfit? Okay, we'll wear a pink outfit. I will get the harness.
Now tell us about the harness and what all you're doing.
Okay, I'm putting the harness on. It's a simple driving harness I got from Chimacum Tack. It's a comfy fit harness. They make a very nice harness. You have a saddle, just like a saddle on a horse. It goes a little bit behind the withers, not on the withers like a saddle, but a little bit behind. So as I'm putting the harness on, I will just buckle just to keep it snug. It has a back strap, and these are your hip straps, and it has a crupper. The crupper goes under the tail, and it keeps things from sliding around.
Right.
So I just gently pick up his tail, smooth the hairs around his tail, and buckle it, and it just keeps everything all in the middle.
Good.
The next thing I put on is the breast collar. And where you want the breast collar to sit is there's a horse. The horse has a kind of a V for his neck starts the chest, comes into the chest. You want it just under there. So if you have it too high, the horse is kind of like pulling with his throat like this, and you don't want it too high. Too low, and it's just way down here, and it's just a mess. So, go ahead and buckle that in. This keeps it on in place. Have my traces up off the floor so nobody steps on them and gets startled. Of course, some of those things you work on with your horse. If you things that are dropped, he shouldn't startle. He should be fine. And then there's a piece here that holds things together. Okay.
Well, that's simple enough.
Well, it took 3 minutes.
Yeah. I see he's very stressed out. He's all cocked and relaxed.
He's about to go to sleep. And now I use a blind bridle, which keeps him focused on what's ahead and not what's behind. That's the blinders. That's what they're for. And on driving bridles, I do like the throat latch snug. You don't want him coming up to a tree and rubbing his bridle off, and you're sitting way back there, and you have nothing for control. So I like it snug. And little nose band. And little chin strap. There. Okay. And then we go ahead. I run the driving lines through the turrets. It just keeps everything nice and in line so they don't catch on other pieces of equipment.
And the turrets are these little loops on top.
Yeah, these are the turrets. Yeah. Those are the turrets.
So the traces, the lines earlier, they're what hooked to the wagon, right?
That's what he pulls with, yes.
I just want to be sure I understand this in case I was able to talk, who into getting me a pony.
Oh. Every older lady needs a pony.
I agree.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah.
It's that time again. The Everything Equine Expo is returning to the Southeast Agricultural and Events Center in Lumberton, North Carolina on August 25th and 26th. This year's action-packed expo features a visit from Best of America horseback host Comme ça. Our colt starting competition returns with 6 of the top competitors in the United States. This is sponsored by Pineview Veterinary Clinic. The winner will receive a custom-made saddle and a buckle, not to mention bragging rights. Horses this year are provided by Lost Creek Cattle Company out of Tennessee, and all the horses will be for sale after the event on Sunday. We have amazing clinicians, demos, shopping, and food. This year, we've added a little dancing in the dirt to the program on Saturday night, featuring the Ray Band. We've also added an extreme trail obstacle course competition.
Tickets are on sale now.
Now that we have the harness on, I go ahead and get the cart.
Now tell us about the cart.
Oh boy, this cart, I don't know why I waited so long to get it. I investigated, I checked it, I researched it. This cart is the best cart for trail driving, for older ladies. It weighs 30 pounds.
Wow.
Tommy loves it. 30 pounds for a cart.
Yeah.
Its suspension is in its frame. You have full lumbar support. Your feet are on these stirrups, and it's like sitting in your recliner in front of your TV.
Yeah.
And nothing hurts.
Wow.
I can go 20 miles and not be sore, like sore the next day or anything. It's wonderful.
That is cool.
It's Bob Graham in Oregon makes them. Hyper bikes. He came up with this design, and it's awesome. I can't say more about it. The whole thing breaks down and will fit in the back seat of a Mini Cooper.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because I always envisioned driving as being something I couldn't do by myself. That
Oh,
I
yeah.
have to have an entourage to help me.
As long as you start and teach your pony to stand quietly like this in cross ties. The only thing I have an issue with, some people had issues with, is getting in a hyper bike. If you have bad knees, you just have to figure it out. And I have figured it out. I'll show you.
Okay.
Now, once I bring the cart up, I let him know I'm here because he can't see me.
Right.
So I say, Tommy, we're coming up here. Put the shafts into the shaft loops. Okay. I've got a little trace carrier here that trace goes through. And then it gets attached to the single tree. Now the single tree moves. You want it to move because as the horse walks, his shoulders are going like this. And if the single tree didn't move, that breast collar would be rubbing and rubbing and rubbing on his chest. You don't want that. So the single tree that moves is what you need. Another trace and a trace carrier. Everything all together. All right. I'll go on the other side, show you this. Okay, this piece of equipment is very important. This is your britching. These are your brakes. If you go downhill, if I did not have this attached, that cart would be bumping him in the butt. And he'd be
Getting faster and faster. Yeah.
The britching holds the cart back.
Okay.
When you're going downhill. So this is called a whole back strap, and this is called your britching, and this whole assembly are your brakes for keeping the cart from rolling up onto the pony.
Okay.
So while I'm here, I can go ahead and snug up the girth a little bit. It doesn't need to be as tight as a riding girth, just snug.
Okay.
And then there's an overgirth that holds these shafts down,
Okay.
so they're not popping up in the air.
Right. That would make sense.
So, took probably 5
pounds,
minutes.
That's lighter than most saddles.
It is. Next thing, whip and helmet. Supposed to always carry a whip. And always wear a helmet. And you want to be safe.
Yep.
Okay. He says, I'm ready.
Hey there, I'm Christine Long, owner of Pineview Veterinary Hospital here in Bolton, North Carolina. We are an exclusive large animal veterinary practice. We provide 24/7 emergency care and routine services for horses, cows, sheep, goats, llamas, alpacas, and pigs. We are currently a staff of 2 full-time veterinarians, myself and Dr. Leslie Jarrett, and we have a wonderful secretary, Donna Jacobs. We provide veterinary services to the northeastern part of South Carolina and the southeastern part of North Carolina. So if the need arises, give us an opportunity to serve you.
Now to get in the hyperbike, I have taught Tommy that once I put my hand on top of his butt, he has to stand perfectly still. My balance is off, my knees are shot, my hips are shot, and he has to stand still because it is a little bit of a trick to get in. Sure. So I just step over the shaft, sit down, 1 foot here, 1 foot here, and just take a deep breath. When you do that, horses know. Relax, relax. Does he look so excited?
Yeah. He's on fire.
He knows he has to stand here as long as I want until I'm ready to go.
Very good.
Okay, and as I'm ready to go, I take up my reins and I quietly say, he is totally voice activated, by the way.
That's nice.
Okay, Tommy, walk on. And we walk on. We're going to go around here to the front yard. Okay. They talk about the hyperbike smile. As soon as you get in the seat of this cart and your pony's out front, you just can't help it. When I get back, my cheeks hurt. I'm smiling so much. Tommy's great. He's totally voice activated. Haul around. Can turn on a dime. We just have so much fun. I like to practice cones out here, although I never used to compete, but I'm learning how to do combined driving events. And I use our trees in the front yard as my cones course. So we just go round and round, and he's just happy to do whatever. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, we can trot. Yeah, we can trot. There we go. We just have so much fun. It's very comfortable. Okay, haul around, haul around, haul around, haul around. There we go. Oh, we go so fast. It would be fun to let you try this. Walk on. But he's good. G, good boy, good boy. Yeah. Here we go. And whoa, and whoa. Here, whoa. He's so smart that he has figured out if I lean, he knows we're going that way. He can feel that. And then we just tear around the cones. What else you want to do?
Hey, my name is Daniel Rayner. Numerous time qualifier to the Southern Finals Rodeo, won team ropings across the country. I've used Mule City feeds since I was a kid. Always great quality feed. And I use complete horse feed. It already has hay in it. If you're tired of chasing hay, then give Paul Dunn a call today at Mule City Feeds. I thank him for all the effort and time he puts into quality feed.
Tommy and I are learning driven dressage. This is a new thing for us. People who do dressage on horseback, you can also do driven dressage. You have a dressage arena that's a little bit bigger. You have a set, I'm in training level test 1, and we're learning collection, bending, stopping on a straight line, big circles. You can read the paper. So we've done a couple of them and we're still learning, but it's been fun. It's been a challenge for me. You know, I'm a bit dyslexic, and for me, which we go right or we go left here. He's so smart, he knows the test better than I do. So we're going to go down and see if we can do a training level test 1 dressage.
So Mary and Tommy are going to do a combined driving dressage pattern, and much like dressage traditionally on the back of the horse, there's a very specific pattern that shows collection, trot, walk, and all of the moves of level 1 dressage. So let's take a look and see what we see. Mary's following the pattern, and in this one she's working up to get to the working trot and salute the judge. The judge is looking for straightness on center line, balance in transition, and the quality of the halt. From there, she'll go to the next part of the pattern. She proceeds in a working trot, tracking right, continue in the working trot, where she's going to do a 40-meter circle. They're going to be looking for the quality of the trot, figure, consistent, rhythm, and suppleness. From there, she will change reins across diagonal and circle to the left 40 meters. Again, they'll be looking for the quality of trot, turns, straightness, and rhythm, along with consistency and suppleness. From there, she's going to go into a working walk when she completes her circle. In the working walk, they're looking for the balance in transitions. And then she'll do a free walk on a long rein. They're looking for length of frame, stride, relaxation, and rhythm. They'll come back into the working trot, and the judge will be looking for the balance in transition. They'll come down the center line, and at the end of the pattern, they will halt and salute the judge again. This is a level 1 dressage pattern, as Mary and Tommy are just learning to do this exercise. But it looks like it would be really fun and certainly simple enough to do, just working on basic driving skills. Very well done. So this looks like such a fun and interesting sport for people to do. Can you tell us where your favorite area is to ride with your pony and wagon in our area?
The reason I moved to the Southern Pines area is because there's so many places out here that people with horses can ride and drive.
Mm-hmm.
The Walter Moss Foundation. I've got 2,000 acres over here at Camp Duncan that I'm allowed to drive in.
Hoffman Forest.
Hoffman Forest. We also load up and trailer and camp out with the pony. Many places. We have been to Uwharrie, we have been to Mullet Hall, we have been to the Sand Hills camping and driving, and just have a blast. This cart breaks down, the whole thing fits in the back of a Mini Cooper. Pony loads up and we're off and down the road.
Awesome.
You know.
For those of you that may not have seen the episode, Mary is an amazing horse trailer conversionist. I couldn't think of the word. Conversionist. And I don't say that lightly. I mean, she's like a master wizard of all skills. So if you get a chance, go to Farm and Ranch TV and find that episode, because it's worth watching.
Thank you, thank you.
And Mary, what else do you do in your spare time?
Oh boy, I make telly totes.
Tell me about the telly totes.
Well, I was in a little tack shop down in South Carolina. There were a couple ladies looking for something to put their phone in while they rode their horses. something to keep their phones safe on them. And there was nothing that fit the larger phones.
Right.
I made one like 10 years ago and just used it and abused it, and it worked for me. And I said, hey, this is what I made, you know. Their eyes got big. They said, wow, can you make me one? Can you make, I'll take 2, I'll take 3. 3 years ago, and I'm over 2,000 teletotes that I have made.
Awesome.
And they fit on your belt loops. You don't need to wear a belt. I make 3 sizes now, small, medium, large. I make them Western style. I make them English style. I make them biker style. And now I have a new designer series. And they're pretty nice. They're pretty nice. But everybody who rides or drives needs to have a teletote to keep their phone safely on them.
Absolutely. And so for you guys coming to the Everything Equine Expo, Mary will be set up there with a booth, and you can check out all of her gorgeous teletotes. And if you're not, she has a website.
Yes, teletotes.com.
So be sure and take a look at that as well. Thank you so much for spending some time with us.
And it's been a blast. I'm still smiling. See the hyperbike smile? It just stays there for hours.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, it's certainly something that I intend to try in the future, and I hope my viewers will too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Dr. Kim Crivet, the owner of North Star Veterinary Hospital. And today what I'd like to do is I'd like to talk to you about some heat safety. We all can get hot with ourselves, our horses, and our small animals. So today what I'd like to do is go over just some basic things you would see if your horse might get too hot in the sun. Number 1, we would want to concentrate on the nose. So they have a muscle here, and he's actually flaring for us right now. And you can actually see him panting. And so this tells me that he is hot and that his nose is working to make it as big as possible. So that would be one sign. Another sign would be his head hanging down. Another sign would be maybe staggering. So the first thing you want to do would be, 1, get them out of the sun. 2, take their temperature if you have a thermometer. If not, it's not going to hurt if you don't take their temperature. But you want to cool them off with water and alcohol and a fan. So I hope these tips will help you throughout the summer to stay happy, healthy, and keep riding your horses and playing with your dogs and cats. This is Dr. Kim Crivet from North Star Veterinary Hospital. Thank you very much, and have a safe summer.